As you know, in industry there are different web browsers. All these different browsers render different HTMLs in a different way. To address this issue, we use a CSS called normalize.css. Type normalize.css and download it. Okay. Now what we do, we create a folder in our project and we place all our CSS files in that. We put our style here and normalize.css also here. Now let us update the URL here. What is our URL? CSS slash so normalize.css, what does it do? It sets the line height property to 1.15 pixels. This can be overridden, that we know. So what we do, we place this normalize.css as the first style in our index.html. Okay. So let us see our index.html, right? So here we haven't applied our normalize.css yet. If we open the normalize.css, margin is 0. That means when we apply normalize.css, margin would be 0. That means this space won't be there. Don't worry, we can even reapply our required styles. So come to index.html and come here, link, and we type css, and here we have normalize.css. Let us save the file, see the result. Let me refresh the screen. You see the space has gone. So to solve our margin problem, we go to style.css. Let us add a style, right, for our body element. Let's take margin as 10 pixels, right? Save the file. Let's see the result. Now you see the margin 10 pixel space has come. So normalizing a CSS or using normalize.css is a regular practice. Going forward, we are going to use normalize.css in all our HTML files. In CSS, we have different HTML element selectors for selecting different style purposes. We can select using type, you can select using ID, you can select using class, you can select using attribute. Let us see them one by one. So we can select by their type, by their ID, by their class, by their attribute. We have discussed them earlier also, but let's get their terminology right. This is body, right? So here it is called a selector, correct? So this is by type. Okay. So in index.html, let us create a section slash product, right? So with ID product, this has been selected. Now let us go to our style.css, and here we define pound, and we define our style, color, right? We put whatever color we want, right? So whenever we are starting with pound, that means we are selecting by ID. Okay, elements by ID we are selecting. Okay. Now let us see how do we select elements by class. So in our section, let us have uh, articles. Okay. Articles star dot 3, like this we can have, right? But let us define class also. So for that, in Zen code we have one more quick what is coding style. We use like this: article dot product multiplied by 3. So now you have articles defined with classification as product. Okay, let's save this. We do one thing, let us put products over here, and in our style also let us put products. So in the ID of products we have article of each product, so it has a good semantic also, right? So we need to be careful while defining our HTML page. Now how do we style each product? Go to style and dot product and put color as blue violet, right? Like that, and save the file. If you hover over here, so this is style using product. Okay. Now here is a question for everyone. What is the difference between ID, element by ID, and element by class? Just think about. We cannot have multiple elements with the same ID, but we can have multiple elements with the same class. Okay, so you can think of a real example, and then you can understand it, right? One person can have one passport number. The same passport number cannot be given to others, so that is called ID, identification. And classification, so classification can be uh, one classified group of people, they can have one classification, right? Like that. We can also select by attributes. So for that what we do, we can style elements by attribute also. We just remove this. We can add one anchor element over here. We write Google. Okay, now we just save it, and in href we write .com, right? We save it. See, the style has been applied, correct? Now for this anchor, let's keep target as blank, okay, like this. Do you know what it does? It opens in a new window or blank new browser window, right? So now let us define a style for this element. So let's go to style.css. So we come here, we say E, we are checking for the existence of target, right, and define the style. We put color as this one, okay. If we want to be more explicit about the value, put equal to sign, put like this, dot, double quote, like this, blank, right, like this. Or we can say like this, anchor element href equal to, you have like this, okay. So there is a problem with this code. A code like this is fragile because a simple change in this href URL will break our code. See that our style is working. If we click, it will open in a new or blank target window. Now let us see how this simple way of this style of coding is a fragile one, okay. Come to index.html and put another slash over here, save this, put some words over here, save it, and let us test it. So it says 404, that means something went wrong. Moreover, if you observe, our rule also got break because it was seeing for the exact match. Now we have removed that slash and those two words. Now let us see the result. This is our color, right? So the rule is breaking because it is trying to see for the exact match in the style sheet, okay. To make such code work more generic way, what we do, we can check for the word Google and we can put an asterisk like this in front of href, right? It's a generic code now. So we need to do this, sorry, not here. Let's go to style.css. Here we should put asterisk equal to, and let us search for only word google.com, right, and let us connect our index.html. Here we can give https google.com. So what we are doing in anchor element, all anchor elements in our body, we are searching for google.com and applying this style. Let us test the results now. See, like this. Now it gets opened up. Even if you add a few more characters, our rule should work, right? See, same color, same style has been applied. So the rule is working. If we want to test our attribute starts with a given character, so what we can do, we can put a symbol, a caret symbol we need to put, like this. Okay, so now it checks for the attribute starts with https colon, like this if you want, or you can even put only https. Okay, let us save this and see the result. See, our style is working, right? Okay, now I have changed the URL, so it's giving bad request. Okay, because I have put double D over here, right? So let's remove this and let us save this and test it again. Refresh it. Now it's working. Okay, now we have one more element to test attribute with the ending word, right? To see, to say, apply all the style sheets element where an attribute ends with .com, something like that, right? So that time we have to use $L symbol. We can also combine multiple conditions. That means href should start with https and end with .com. Sometimes href starts, we want conditions like href starts with https and ends with .in, right, or .gov, like that. So we can even combine multiple conditions. So here we can say another bracket, href attribute starts with, right, um, equal to what we say, https, right, and ends with .com. Save the result. But again, selecting by attribute is not that common, but still if we need that requirement to be fulfilled, then we can use such styles. Okay, so this is all about basic selectors. Next we are going to talk about relational selectors. Thank you.